mostly empty. There wasn't much behind their loudly blared patriotism, beyond a violent media-induced insecurity. Twerking their devices was but the latest way of avoiding any unpleasant metaphysical speculation. Their light, cool, and refreshing factory beer was merely littered cans of empty and brain-damaging calories. Beloved news hosts were simply parroting paid sponsors' highly charged, truth-twisting fake news. Their sacred TV sports were devoid of any real meaning, but did serve as wondrous corporate cash cows. Dusty and irrelevant religious faiths were shown to be as effective as any miracle fat-burning placebo pill. The annual Christmas binge was based only on co-opted, hyper-marketed faith and sales guilt pitches. Their kids' potentials remained virtually unlimited, but a dying world mostly denied their true expression. Immersion in the richness of literary experience was replaced with a self-immolation in vapid tweets. Reasoned debate was recast as the simultaneous loud and angry shouting of half-truths and outright lies. Sentenced to work till 75, most over 50 were simply permanently outsourced and broke, yet still loaded with debt. Seniors search for meaning in their empty lives via expensive visits with Medicare-funded doctors. A career spent ass-kissing, backbiting, shoulder-climbing, and down-kicking left our CEOs empty, but certainly well off. Bulky legal documents for which lawyers overbilled were easily summarized in 2 simple sentences. All their pleasure from new ATVs and snow machines evaporated almost as fast as the gas they wasted. The noble pursuit of individual happiness morphed into a meaningless quest for the next big thing. The factory food they were fattened upon provided no real nutrition, but did fill them with additives. Turned out the wholly free market controlled demand simply by depleting resources and exterminating species. Their greatest life experiences actually occurred in a numbed immersion in empty corporate media. All the sports stats, movie lines, and snarky sound bites offered not one bit of comfort on their deathbeds. Though filled with emotionally charged and stirring rhetoric, costly political ads were very low on truth, looking ripe and juicy under special store lights. Big Ag tomatoes and peaches were flowery and taste-free. Upon review, their many tweets, texts, and status updates proved to be as lame as they were inconsequential. All their patriotic chest beating against gun control really only encouraged more meaningless death. They waited impatiently for weeks on miserly 3-day holidays, which they forgot in near real time. The sacred doctor-patient relationship morphed into 8 minutes of computer questions and yet another prescription. After 40 years of a wonderful marriage, she quietly asked him who he was whenever he came to visit. Most of their treasured artifacts were sold, donated, or discarded by their busy remaining next of kin. They smoked noisily about in clumsy pickups with huge beds, which they strove to keep very clean and very empty. They felt free to decry climate scientists' fuzzy math, though they themselves could not even make change. Declaring people to be their greatest asset, they ordered new layoffs and hired more benefitless temps. Politicos had to be highly skilled at taking 5 minutes to not even answer a simple yes or no question. The 8 snack aisles were a nutritional desert, yet rich in subsidized fat, sugar, salt, and toxic chemicals. Vast numbers were pushed through schools and released nearly illiterate and innumerate, yet prison-ready. The dignity and sanctity of human existence decreased in direct proportion to an increasing human population. Every God's brand of eternal paradise turned out to be a fairy tale, but at least the faithful never knew.